So in this video today, I'm going to show you how to use my acrylic laser cut templates to build your own MDF mold. So this is MDF mold for a deck lid. This is a 20 by 12 deck lid, and this is a 20 by 12 deck receiver. So this is going to be a direct mold. So you would lay your glass right up over this, and then when you pull the part off, you end up with, a deck hatch that you can glass into a restoration. So my acrylic template kits include all the parts that you need to make what you see here, these pieces, but you also need to just simply cut square pieces that will complete the bottom of the mold. So you're going to cut another square piece here to create the base of the mold. And the same for the deck hatch receiver gutter, whatever you want to call it, you're going to need to cut another piece that extends about 4 inches out from the edge of this, and that's going to create the flange area that you're going to use to flush it into your deck. So in this video, I'm going to show you how my acrylic templates work, how you can do this with pretty much basic tools, a saw, a trim router. You need some router bits, and having a router table actually will help the process quite a bit, but you could get away with doing it all with a regular trim router. So let's get into it.
So my acrylic kit is going to come with 3 pieces. You're only going to need these 3 pieces. This piece here, you're going to make 1 piece of MDF from. This piece here, you're going to make 2 pieces of MDF from. This piece here is the acrylic you need to make the lid, and you're also going to make 2 pieces from that. So here I'm just lining up my first piece of acrylic onto this scrap piece of MDF I just had lying around the shop. So I'm just trying to optimize the piece of wood here so I can try to fit all of them into one piece. Then I'm just going to trace this first piece of acrylic onto the MDF. And then next I'm going to take my circular saw. You can obviously do this with a table saw, and we're going to trim around this mark here, just leaving a little bit extra around the edge. So the next step here is I'm going to be using some double-sided tape. So I just want to clean off the surface of the MDF so I get a nice solid bond between the double-sided tape and the piece of wood. So here I'm just putting the double-sided tape down, put in 3 strips here, a little bit more just to be safe, and I'm going to peel off the backing. I also cleaned the acrylic with some glass cleaner, and here I'm just lining it up in the center of this piece of wood. You can try to get it lined up with the Sharpie marks that you did, but as long as there's a little bit extra hanging around the outside, that's all you really need. Alright, so now we need to select what kind of flush trim bit we're going to be using. So I'm going to be using a router table, which I highly suggest. So this is a spiral flush trim bit, and it has the bearing on the bottom of the bit. So you can see here how the bearing is going to mount into the router, and the bearing is going to ride along that acrylic, allowing us to trim the wood flush, matching exactly to the acrylic template. However, if you don't have a router table and you're using a hand trim router, the router is going to sit on top of the acrylic like so, and the bearing is going to ride on the acrylic along the top. So you need to buy the appropriate router bit based on if you're using a router table or a handheld trim router. Alright, so now I'm just going to load in my spiral flush trim bit into my table router, and then I'm going to adjust the height of the bit so that the bearing rides on the acrylic and the cutting surface of the bit itself rides on the MDF. Alright, so now that we have the bit loaded into the router, we're going to start trimming the MDF flush with the piece of acrylic. So you want to make sure that you're wearing proper eye protection here, and absolutely wear a face mask because MDF has formaldehyde in it and you don't want to be breathing those dust particles. So here I'm just carefully keeping pressure against the acrylic, just moving it slowly along the bit, just being super careful that the bit doesn't catch. Sometimes it has a tendency to want to jump on you. But just keep the pressure against the acrylic. Make sure that the acrylic doesn't slide on the double-sided tape. It shouldn't if you had prepped it correctly. The tape holds very, very well. And you're just going to walk it all the way around until you finish trimming it flush completely. So this is a perfect example of why I suggest using a router table, because sometimes the bit is just finicky, and I don't know if it's because the bit heats up and has a tendency to want to bind against the MDF. But you can see here I had a little trouble moving the bit around the outside of the MDF. I think the closer you trim the MDF to the template, the less material that it has to cut, and it's a little bit easier. If you can trim your piece of MDF less than 1/4 inch thick, which is the thickness of the bit, it'll be a lot easier for you to complete this step. So there you go, you trimmed it around flush. So once the excess wood is removed, I like to just go around one more time and clean up the edge, just taking off any spots where the bit might have missed on the first pass and just cleaning it up a little bit. Alright, so there you go. You cut the first piece that will be used to make the gutter mold. So I went through that kind of slow, just kind of showing you how, what it takes to run it along the trim router bit. And the next ones I'm going to go a little bit faster until I get to the lid mold, which is a little bit different. But this is going to be the first piece that you're going to use to build the gutter mold. Alright, so I'm going to run through this here in high speed. So this is the second piece that you're going to need to build the mold. So the piece that we just cut just a moment ago, you're going to make 2 of those. I obviously didn't show it in this video because you don't need to see me making 2 of those. But here is the smaller of the 2 pieces. This is going to be like the deck opening of the hatch. So here I'm just doing the same process again, running it on the router. Alright, so next we're going to cut 2 pieces that we were going to need to make the lid mold. So here you're going to get a piece of acrylic that looks like this with the center cut out. And this is what we're going to use to make the lid mold. So the process is very similar to the other pieces that we made, except with this, we're going to have to trim along the outside, and then we're also going to need to trim along the inside, which is a little bit more challenging, but if you have a router table, it's not that bad at all. So the next step here is we need to cut the center out using this acrylic template, and we're going to do that by starting with a 1/4 inch drill bit. 1/4 inch drill bit equals the size of the router bit that we're going to be using, the same spiral flush trim bit. And here I'm just going to drill a 1/4 inch hole through the center, and I'm going to use that pilot hole to be able to slide the spiral flush trim bit up through the bottom, and then exposing the bearing on the top so that the bearing can ride on the acrylic. So you can see here I adjusted the height on the spiral flush trim bit so that the bearing is going to ride along the edge of this acrylic here, allowing us to cut out the center of this piece of MDF. All right, so there you go. Pretty easy. Same step as the earlier pieces we trimmed. And remember, we need to make 2 of these. These are 3/4 inch pieces of MDF, and 2 of these stacked on top of one another is going to make a mold that will make a lid that's about 1.5 inches thick. All right, so here you see all the pieces that you're going to need to make the mold, except for the bases. So these 2 pieces attached together will create the lid mold, and obviously you'll need another 3rd piece to create the base. These 2 pieces here screw together, and then that 3rd piece to the left there will make the gutter mold, and you're going to see how all these pieces come together here shortly. So this video is not going to go into detail about how to prep these molds to make a part. I will be making a video series that will show you all the steps to prep these MDF molds to get ready to make the part. But here I'm just going to temporarily brad nail them together so that we can finish completing the mold. So here I just lined up the 2 base pieces, and then I'm going to take the center piece, which will ultimately become the deck opening in the floor, and I'm going to center it on the other pieces. So the next step here is going to be just aligning this smaller top piece with the 2 base pieces. You could do this any number of ways. I just find it easy to connect the corners and mark the center of the base piece, and then do the same thing, connect the corners and mark the center of the top piece. Then I just drill a pilot hole in the base and drill a pilot hole in the top, and then use the drill bit to align the 2 pieces up. After that, just use a tape measure to make sure that I have an equal amount of space around the outside, and then I'm going to brad nail that into place. Once that's done, now we're just going to do the same with the lid mold pieces. So just line them up by hand. They may not be perfect because the way the router bit was jumping around, but we're going to clean that up here in a second with a sander. So here I'm just putting some brad nails in it to temporarily hold them together. And then we're going to sand the edges just to square them up so that they match. All right, so now that we have these pieces temporarily brad nailed together, now we're going to need a trim router. So you definitely need a trim router to complete these molds. So here I'm using a 1 1/8 inch round bowl bit, and we're going to use that to create a recess right here that's going to create the raised part of the water gutter of the hatch. So you can see here how the bearing is going to ride on that centerpiece that we brad nailed into place, and then we're going to slowly change the depth on the trim router so that we can create a recess there about 0.5 inches below the surface of the lower 2 pieces. Hard to explain, but you'll see here in a minute how it all comes together. So this is probably the most difficult part of building the molds. So there's really no easy way to do this without using a CNC machine, and this is the best method that I've been able to come up with. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take the bit and we're going to set the depth so it just cuts into that first layer of MDF, maybe about a 1/16 of an inch or about 1/8 of an inch, and we're going to start to slowly cut a recess into those bottom pieces. So you can see here the bit was adjusted just like 1/8 of an inch, and I'm just slowly dropping it into the MDF and letting the bearing run along that centerpiece. And we're going to do this all the way along the outside of that smaller centerpiece. The trick here is that you have to be careful to keep the router bit pressure against that centerpiece, because if you slip, the bit's going to walk outward and it's going to cut into your mold and it's going to ruin your piece. Now, that's not the end of the world. If the bit does slip and you tend to go off path, I guess it is, you can use Bondo or body filler to correct any, maybe some slips or mistakes that you have made without having to start building this process all over again. So you can see here, I'm just very slowly walking it around the outside of that centerpiece, which basically is acting as a template like we did earlier. You don't want to cut off too much material in this stage because it will make it very difficult for you to control the trim router. It didn't help that my cart is on wheels, so it's moving as I'm trying to push it. So don't do what I'm doing here. This setup isn't ideal. Get a table that's nice and solid and clamp your piece into place. It'll make your life a lot easier. So we're just going to keep going around and around using that centerpiece as a template and then slowly adjusting the depth on the trim router, just taking off a little bit at a time until you get about 0.5 to 0.55 inches deep from the surface, not from the center, but deep from the outer edge down to the gutter. So that'll give you a gutter that's about 0.5 inches deep once the mold is made. So the next step here is we're going to use a 1/4 inch round over bit, and we're going to put radius on the outside, the inside, and the top side of this. Because fiberglass doesn't like to go around 90-degree angles, we have to put a radius on all of our edges. So a small problem we're going to run into here is on this inside edge. Because the bowl bit already has a radius on it itself, these round over bits don't like to drop down far enough so that you can round over the inside bit. So you can see this bit here has this screw on the bottom that prevents it from going all the way down. So what I did was take a sacrificial bit and I ground down the bottom of it so that I can get more clearance on the bottom of that router bit. So something else you could do here is just skip the router bit altogether, and you could round over these edges using sandpaper. If you use sandpaper on a sanding block, MDF sands very, very easily. You could easily sand all these corners by hand, and you wouldn't even need to have a radius bit. But using the round over bit on the router makes the edges a lot cleaner and a lot faster, so that's what I'm going to do here. Once those edges are done, we're just going to bring the lid mold over and we're going to round off just the top side. We only need to do one side of that because that's where the fiberglass is going to roll over. And once we build the molds, we'll put a radius on the bottom side using putty. All right, so now the edges are rounded over using the 1/4 inch round over bit. You can see here we got a nice edge on the outside, the inside, and the top edge. So the next step here is I'm just going to take some sandpaper and do some final cleaning up. All right, so that pretty much wraps up the construction of these DIY MDF molds using my acrylic templates. So doing it this way is a lot less expensive. Keep in mind that I do sell these molds complete that I design and cut on the CNC machine, but like you can see here, using hand tools, hand power tools, mistakes happen. You're gonna slip a little bit here and there. You might chip into the mold, but all this can be filled and corrected with filler before you get to the final stages of prepping the mold. Now keep in mind, you still need to cut 2 more pieces. One piece here is going to go on the base of this and extend about 4 inches around the outside. That's going to create the flange for your gutter. Then you're going to have to create a piece for the base as well, but you're going to end up something that looks like this. This is a wood mold that I've used to pull many parts from. This is the lid mold and it has epoxy primer on the surface. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to make a series of videos walking through step by step how to make these molds ready to pull parts. So if you have any interest in these acrylic templates, you can find them on my website, and they're all custom made to any size that you want.